We all know power prices are up. It's freezing across the country this morning. You'll have the heat pump going, no doubt, as you're watching this. But how much are the big power companies actually making? Mercury Energy's profit results are out. They're sitting on just over $1 million, down $289 million from the prior year. So what's behind this big decline? Stu Hamilton, Mercury Energy CEO, joins me at the desk this morning. Stu, good morning.
Good morning.
So tough generating conditions out there at the moment. One of the reasons that you've given. What does that actually mean?
Yeah, so 2024 was particularly tough, and the last 12 months have been very dry across our catchment. Our big catchment for water flowing into our hydro system for Mercury is the Taupō Lake, and we've faced some of the driest conditions on record. Now, when that happens, it means that we actually no longer have the fuel necessary for us to produce energy, and we have to go and buy that from other places.
Right, so this has hit your bottom line.
Correct.
But you think it's going to be better this year?
Yes, absolutely. We've started off the year very well, and the other thing that we've done over the last 12 months is we've learnt a lot, not just Mercury, but as a sector. We've actually been very good at moving together to actually work out how do we support New Zealand's electricity sector, particularly when it's very dry.
What about this Electricity Authority report that came out yesterday? And they've basically said you must offer the same price to all retailers that you offer, because you're a gentailer, so you generate the electricity, but then you also sell it through your retail arm. You now have to offer the same price you give your own retail arm to any potential entrant in the market. Will that hit your bottom line?
What they're trying to do is ultimately work out how do we create better affordable electricity prices for New Zealand. That's a big focus of us as well at the moment. Clearly, a lot of New Zealanders are facing it tough, whether they're households all the way through to businesses. The big thing we need to work on is the main problem, and the problem is we do not have enough energy in New Zealand, and we don't have it when we need it. And so we really are very supportive of work to look at how we resolve that. A lot of the things that have been talked about around market structure changes do not actually produce any more electrons. And so what we're really keen to see is things that will happen to support the building of more renewable energy projects.
And I know you're doing a lot of that, but this report says, I mean, by definition, if they're telling you must offer the same price, they think you're giving your own retail arms sweetheart deals.
Yeah, that's not the case at all.
So this is wrong.
The big thing we need to work on is continue to keep building electricity projects and to continue to firm those. So when the rain's not falling and the sun's not shining, we've got projects.
So they're wrong when they make that claim?
The big thing we need to work on is the problem. And so what we need to work on is let's build more projects faster. And so we are injecting that
this is important because they're saying that you're giving your own retail arm sweetheart deals, discounts that other entrants don't get. Therefore, the market isn't as competitive. Therefore, we're paying higher prices.
We don't believe that's the case. We believe there is significant retail competition in New Zealand. Only about 11% of the retail bill that we face in our households is made up from retail costs. In New Zealand, our power prices are within the top 5 to 7 globally from a competitive perspective.
Okay, so this change that they've recommended, banning you from giving yourselves discounts, the gentailers, you must have done numbers on it. Will that have an impact on your bottom line for your shareholders?
So we don't believe it'll make a significant difference to retail prices.
And to your bottom line?
The best thing for us to do from a bottom line is to build projects. So we are building $1 billion.
This is important. This is important because it goes to the heart of what the government's saying to us about how cheap our prices or how expensive our power prices are.
Yeah.
Will you take a hit after the changes they announced?
It's possible that the changes that are announced will reduce not only the profits, but also the money we have available to keep reinvesting back in the grid.
This is key. If you take a hit on profit, it means that we get a benefit, someone benefits. It would hopefully be us through cheaper prices, no?
The ultimate thing to actually bring prices down is to keep building energy, because that's fundamentally, the prices are high at the moment, fundamentally because we just do not have enough energy. Supply and demand is not balanced. So the best thing for us to do is to keep building the $1 billion worth of projects we're currently building.
Have you seen estimates on how much your bottom line could be hit as a result of that?
No, we haven't done that detailed look, but it's sort of a key focus for us.
Stu, just finally, gas. Are you guys, how much of a gas future are you as a business relying on?
It's clear that gas has been dropping very, very quickly, much faster than we could have imagined. And so for us, we need to work out how do we ultimately close that gap so when the sun's not shining and the rain's not falling. We have been relying for many years on gas. That is drying up very quickly. We'd like to get more information about what's happening because it's not all that transparent at the moment. But the key thing for us is to work together as an industry. And that's why the announcement over a couple of weeks ago around Huntly and setting that in place so we can actually firm New Zealand's grid.
The coal
really
stockpile.
Correct. Really important for us to then
You've got to do it.
building.
You've got to do it. Business Desk has a story out this morning, and it's rumours swirling about the decommissioning of the Maui plant, a gas field. 20% of the gas we use now, if that came to its end soon, would that be a major for us?
It's a major concern, yes it is. And so we have to work out other things that need to be done to actually fill that gap. In the short term, it is to continue to keep building renewables. And so for Mercury, for example, we're putting over half of the money we earn back into the grid. And then the other thing is for us to look for other solutions. That includes overbuilding renewables, it includes Huntly, it'll also include other factors, particularly around our very renewable system.
Have you heard these rumours?
About Maui? Yes, yeah, absolutely. I heard them and been speaking to people in the industry.
What are they saying?
They're concerned, absolutely concerned. And so that really is for us to make sure that from an electricity sector perspective, we are doing everything we can to support that.
If it closed by Christmas, would that push prices up?
Ultimately, the price at the moment is elevated for two reasons. One, we don't have enough energy there, and two, because of the risk of dry years. And the risk of a dry year, a dry period, is normally countered by having things like gas in place, so potentially it does increase prices.
Okay, interesting. Hey Stu, thanks so much for coming
welcome.
in this morning. Great to have you in the studio as well. That is Stu Hamilton, Mercury Energy Chief Executive, on their results and the industry at large.